NSC Fan TV. I'm going to ask Jordan a question. Jordan, you saw us beat Dallas 2-0. An element to that was the 0. Tell me about some of the defense.
We saw Lawrence White. He played against San Antonio, right? Yeah. I didn't see a bunch of him in that game, but tonight he was relentless. Y'all were pointing out with that last one that Washington was the only left-footed player on the field, so we ended up playing down the right a lot, and I think that really let him shine, especially once Will came on. Those two together were playing very well.
Lawrence White's right foot is pretty much magic. That guy he's really great at finding the long balls. Ricardo, you saw some parts of the defense in the center, right? That was part of that 0.
Yeah, I like Bauer. I'm liking what I'm seeing there. I'm glad that we have depth in our defense, and not only him, but McNaughton. Yeah. Is that how you say? McNaughton. He's doing great. I'm glad that we don't have to depend only on Zimmerman. I mean, we got a good guy, and even like last weekend we saw him playing hardcore against who we play?
It was against Chicago. It was against who? Chicago. It was against Chicago, but they were forgettable.
Yeah, very forgettable. We won 3-0, so that's good. But yeah, he was up there just like Zimmerman. I mean, he was up there on the corners. He was down here, when needed. So like our defense is great. I'm glad that we're securing that and not only depend on Zimmerman and on Mayer.
So, and especially after the loss of Romney over in the offseason, worries about the central defense. Looks like we've recruited well. Looks like Gary coaches them up well. Defense looks pretty solid, right, guys?
Yeah. And the Pew, the tragedy of the Pew, whatever happened there.
I know about Achilles injuries. Everyone who's a fan of Homer knows that Achilles. That's the sore spot. Okay, so. Jesse, tell me about the midfield.
I'm so proud of Brian Anunga for not getting a yellow for his entire time. I mean, we would play this game as soon as Anunga comes on. It's like, okay, how long until he gets a yellow? And that man's endurance is through the roof. I mean, he just runs. He's just a machine. And the fact that he kept it clean for, it was 75 minutes before he got off. I mean, and he was making a lot of good plays. I'm really proud of him.
A lot of crunching tackles from Brian Anunga. No yellows. So any big did anyone have an over under on that? Like how many yellows over the course of the season?
So far we're up now. We passed the record. This is a new record.
This is a new record for zeros. So any big takeaways from tonight?
I thought Leal looked a little rusty. He's definitely got a little bit more to play, to train, until he's fully match fit, I think. He didn't look bad, but he didn't look like himself.
The game is fast. The game is fast, and even when you take even some time off, it looks hard.
Yeah, he's looking good. I like our defense. The tournament is pretty much a defense kind of tournament. You want to make sure that you secure the back and go attack. I mean, that's kind of our style anyways, right? So
secure the back, go attack.
Yeah.
I think I know the title of this video.
I think Muil's popping off. He was doing good. I mean, after that goal, I was telling them, like, he was playing spicy. And, like, it was great to see him, really getting some good confidence and stuff going. And so definitely be looking at him for future cup games and everything. But on the flip side, we were talking about Zubak, like, he was kind of off for, like, the whole game. There was one moment in the first half, like, he had a clear break, and Fafa was open. Like, so much real estate with Fafa, and he held it up and missed opportunities.
This is down on the right side that sort of ended up going out of bounds, like just to the right of the goal.
Yeah, and it's like, had he played it sooner, Fafa would have been wide open, but he held it up, and then it was just a bad touch and ended up being a goal kick, and it's like missed opportunity right there.
So some frustration with Zubak. Do you have some hopes in terms of the front? We thinking midsummer, maybe a 9, or let's not start counting chickens, or what's your thought? What are your thoughts?
I'd rather I don't want us to rush into a signing.
Yeah.
You know, I want us to make sure we've got the right guy, but at the same time, we kind of need somebody now.
Yeah.
I do like that we've kind of switched to playing Schaffelberg and Pico as more of strikers rather than wingers.
Yeah, that's so. I like this. Don't be Johnny Never Been Kissed about this. I like this idea.
Yeah. I mean, we still hope for Bobby Firmino to come over. You know.
Oh my God! How much would I love to see Bobby Chompers with us?
We got some connections there. It might happen.
Yeah,
Not holding out for that, but
Liverpool connection.
that'd be amazing.
Got any hopes? Got any hopes for the weekend?
For the weekend, I'd love to see another clean sheet for Joe
Yes.
coming this weekend. Man was awesome last game, so that's what I'm looking forward to next weekend or this weekend.
That's right. Continued defensive dominance, fellas. NSC Fan TV. All right. Thanks, guys.